Once in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and rice fields, there lived an old woman everyone lovingly called Asha Amma. Her hair was silver like the moonlight, her eyes gentle but full of wisdom. She lived alone in a small clay house near the river. Yet her home was never empty. Laughter, stories, and hope lived there. Every morning, children gathered around her porch to hear her tales, and even grown-ups came when their hearts were heavy. Asha Amma had lived through many seasons of joy and sorrow. She had lost her husband years ago and raised her daughter single-handedly. Life had tested her often, but she never allowed pain to harden her heart. She used to say, "When you smile in the middle of a storm, even the storm begins to calm." One cloudy afternoon, a young man named Kiran came to see her. His face was pale, his eyes tired. "Amma," he said softly, "I don't know what to do anymore. My small shop failed. I owe people money and I can't take care of my family. It feels like everything is ending." Asha Amma looked at him and smiled gently. "Sit, my child," she said. "Do you know what happens when a potter shapes clay?" Kiran looked confused. "He presses and beats it again and again until it takes form," she continued. "Life does the same with us. It molds us through challenges, not comfort." Kiran sighed. "But Amma, what if things never get better? What if I try again and fail again?" Asha Amma's eyes sparkled. "Let me tell you a story," she said. "Many years ago, this village suffered a terrible drought. The river dried up and the earth cracked open. People stopped farming, waiting for the rain. But there was one man, Hari the gardener, who didn't wait. Every morning, he carried 2 small pots of water from the well far away and sprinkled a few drops on his garden. People laughed at him, called him foolish, but he smiled and said, "A seed that gets even a drop of hope can survive the longest drought." Days turned into weeks, and one morning, dark clouds filled the sky. Rain poured for days, and while other lands were dry and broken, Hari's garden bloomed first. Flowers, green leaves, and fruits, everything alive again. People asked him how he knew the rain would come. He said, "I didn't. But I knew I couldn't stop believing." Asha Amma looked at Kiran kindly. "You see, my dear, Hari's garden grew not because of luck, but because of faith. Don't wait for life to become easy. Start planting your effort while it's still hard. The rain will come, but you must keep watering your dreams." Kiran sat quietly, her words echoing in his mind slowly, his eyes filled with determination. "You're right, Amma. I'll try again. This time I'll trust the process." She patted his hand. "That's my boy. Remember, when life gives you 100 reasons to give up, find one reason to stand again." Weeks passed. Kiran reopened his small shop, this time with patience and heart. He smiled at customers, offered kindness even on tough days, and worked with renewed energy. Slowly, people began to return. His business grew and so did his faith. One morning, he came running to Asha Amma's house, a bright smile on his face. "Amma, it worked. My shop is full again. I did what you said. I planted hope, even when I couldn't see the rain." Asha Amma's eyes shone with pride. "You see, child, the world blooms for those who don't stop believing." As the sun set behind the hills, Kiran looked at her and said, "Amma, you changed my life." She laughed softly. "No, my son. You changed it when you decided to believe again. When we think positive, we invite good things into our life. Problems will always come, but if we face them with a hopeful heart, we can overcome them." Soon, other villagers began to hear about Asha Amma's wise words. Many people came to her and shared their problems. Asha gave the same advice. Think good thoughts and good will come. The villagers loved her even more because her words had changed their lives. She had taught them the power of positive thinking. The wind rustled through the trees, and her words lingered in the air like a blessing. When the world tests you, don't break. Bloom. Let her words remind you sometimes all you need is one drop of faith to grow a whole garden of change. Vocabulary list: gentle, kind, soft, or mild in nature. Example: the teacher's gentle tone made the students feel safe. Wisdom, deep understanding gained through experience. Example: grandparents often share wisdom that books can't teach. Single-handedly, doing something alone without help. Example: she built her small business single-handedly from scratch. Molds, shapes, or forms something. Example: hard times mold strong characters. Drought, a long period without rain. Example: the crops failed because of the long summer drought. Foolish, lacking good sense or judgment. Example: it would be foolish to spend all your savings on one thing. Determination, firm intention to achieve something. Example: with determination, he finished the marathon despite his injury. Renewed, made new again, refreshed. Example: after a short break, she returned to work with renewed focus, faith, strong belief or trust in something. Example: he kept faith that his hard work would pay off. Bloom, to grow or flourish, to reach beauty or success. Example: the artist's talent began to bloom after years of practice. Want more stories like this? Click the video on your screen for more inspiring stories.